Happy New Year from Polar. And from the Michael Scott Magician Set for beginners. Welcome back, professional wrestler, comic book collector, video game enthusiast, Zach the Ripper Comics here. And before we get into the new comic books of the week, which is actually 2 weeks, as I was unable to get my books last week, so we have a huge box of books to go over for new comic books this week. Before we get into that, I do want to give a shout out to Stormwatch Comics in Berwyn, New Jersey. I was just there this last weekend. As you can see, this is a gorgeous Web of Venom, Empire's End. KNULL is coming. Well, of course, we know that he is indeed here now. I want to give a huge shout out to Stormwatch Comics. First time in there, real nice place. Class act employees. They gave me their business cards. We had some long conversations. Good little place. If you're looking for a mom and pop type comic book shop that has a ton of 50-cent and dollar bins, you're going to be rummaging, as there are a ton there in the store, then Stormwatch Comics is the place for you. They did not pay for this shout out. They did not even ask for this shout out. I just felt like it was a decent place. If you're in New Jersey and you're looking for a little comic book shop to hit up, please feel free to hit them up. I'll put their information in the description below. Tell them Zach the Ripper Comics sent you. Gonna wash that down. Now, as you can see, I'm looking a little less hairy than normal, and that is because someone who wants to remain anonymous other than the name Cliff went to PayPal and sent a donation to Zach the Ripper Comics for $50 and requested that was his $50, would I shave my beard? As you can see, it is now coming back, but yes, indeed, last week when he sent that, I did indeed shave my beard. Unfortunately, it is coming back pretty quick, so please, if you have any pity on me, and you're going to throw any more donations my way, please don't have it be for my beard at the moment. Let it at least come back a little bit. But if you do, of course, I'll do it. Like I said, if you don't feel comfortable going to Patreon to having that monthly subscription to Zach the Ripper Comics, that's fine. If you do go over there, you do get a lot of cool merchandise in return for those donations. But if you'd like to just make a one-time donation, feel free. Go to paypal.com and send the Ripper ZC, I will have it on the screen, at gmail.com. Any amount donation that you want, and within reason, within your request for that donation, I will do it. As it is, I've already done one, which was the slabbed comic books episode. That was a request of someone. And then, like I said, the beard has been trimmed at the behest of someone donating $50 to Zach the Ripper Comics. I very much appreciate that, and it all goes back into the show, into the comics, and so forth as we cover them. And this is now the time where we get into this. This is the new week, 2 new weeks of comic books with Zach the Ripper Comics. The first book we have up is one that I've been anticipating for months now. This is Marvel's Wolverine number 8, as the new Wolverine that's been going on for about a year now, year and a half. Has been absolutely fantastic. I've talked about it previously here on Zach the Ripper Comics. This series not only has been fantastic, but as we know, KNULL has taken over the Marvel Universe, and if you know me, if you've watched the videos, I'm a huge fan of KNULL, and a huge fan of the nullified covers. Here comes Nullified, here comes Nullified, right down Nullified Lane.
Here comes Nullified, here comes Nullified, right down Nullified Lane.
Here comes Nullified, right down Nullified Lane.
Speaking of that, the stamped Nullified variant I want to say this is my cover of the week, but something just blows this away to my surprise later on. Just take a look at this. And this book is for mature readers. Look at that, nullified Wolverine. That is a sweet, sweet cover. Sorry about the glare. Sorry about the bear. Sorry about the glare. Sorry about my underwear in your hair.
Sorry about the bear. Sorry about the glare. Sorry about my underwear in your hair.
Sorry about the bear. Sorry about the glare. Sorry about my underwear in your hair.
Hello, underwear. The next book, if you're a fan of 90s comic books, then you will remember this. This is a reboot, Ghost Rider: The Return of Vengeance, #1. I believe this is the C variant cover. I was a huge fan of Vengeance in the, I think it was 1993 series, Ghost Rider. Really badass flame cover. There is another variant. It's a nullified Vengeance. Looks tremendous. Unfortunately, it did not come in like it was supposed to. It should be in next week or the week after that. And as you know, the nullified covers, you'll see it here on Zach the Ripper Comics.
Hello,
Next up from DC Comics is the Batman Annual, #5. Origin of Clown Hunter revealed. And this was the A cover. I wasn't a fan of the Scotty Young-esque B cover, so I just went with the straight up A cover. This is Clown Hunter and the Batman. Next up from the Future State of DC, which is their reboot of a lot of books, we have officially Future State Harley Quinn #1, and this is the B cover. Harley kind of jumping out of an explosion there. Very G.I. Jane-esque looking Harley Quinn, which my ear itches. Oh god. Very Tank Girl Harley Quinn-esque, G.I. Jane. Not sure how I feel about that look just yet. And we go right into the cover A of that same book. Again, that's the Future State of DC, Harley Quinn #1. This is cover A. I think this is just a much more colorful, much more eye-catching, much more appealing cover. Cyberpunkish, which is of course all the fad at the moment. Looks like a futuristic city. A little more Harley Quinn and less the Tank Girl look of the B variant, but still not quite sure how I feel about it. Like the logo. Just an all-around colorful book. Again, sticking with DC, Future State. This is a reboot of Superman, as if we've never done this before. This is called Superman of Metropolis. He looks to be very young. Featuring Jonathan Kent, Guardian, and Mr. Miracle. I mean, Superman, and we know where this is going to go. 12 issues in, we'll be reverting back to normal old classic Superman. Good old text coming through. We'll be reverting back. None of this will have ever happened. I stand by that nothing as far as Superman has been good ongoing since the Dan Jurgens stuff of the 1990s. As far as Superman in general, good old phone. As far as Superman in general, Red Sun was the last good piece of Superman to come out, in my opinion. So we'll see how this is. $6 price point. It is oversized. Normally, Marvel specific is notorious for just doing a big issue without giving you extra content, but upping the price. So good to see that DC's giving you a larger issue. By the way, these little Polar Juniors that I showed off in the beginning of the video, this is Mermaid Songs. Well, they both are Mermaid Songs. You know how we pound here. These were gifted to me by two close friends of mine, two patrons of Zack the Ripper Comics, Lizzie Borden and Anthony Ushak. You can see the gifting unboxing up here, over here, somewhere like that. It's going to pop in. They were generous enough to send Zack the Ripper Comics some amazing... awesome Christmas gifts for the channel, for me, for you guys. And if you guys are interested in becoming a patron of Zack the Ripper Comics, head over to patreon.com/Zack the Ripper Comics. You can check out all the different tiers. Some of those tiers allow you to get free comic books from me every month. Some of you can even co-host a video with me. You can suggest videos and even receive merchandise for free in return for your support and donation to Zack the Ripper Comics. Head over there, check it out. Always an interesting character. Never truly been done right since the Alan Moore run in the 1980s. This is part of the Future State reboot series, Swamp Thing, #1, cover A. Swamp Thing of America. Or of Liberty. You get the deal. The gimmick. Now, of course, that's potentially a political take on what this book could be about. But it's got a little bit of bend to it. I'm not sure I dig that too much. Price point of $3.99. I'm always interested in Swamp Thing. It's just that nobody ever seems to truly do it right. We'll see how this one turns out. Swamp Thing, #1, DC Future State. Another DC Future State reboot that did not need to occur. No, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Flash books, but they were doing extremely well, leading to a brand new Flash standalone movie that's going to be involving the Flashpoint storyline. We will do a review of that sometime later on Zack the Ripper Comics. So they're going to be bringing in an older Batman, a younger Batman, and some different things from around the universe. They decided to reboot and reset again the Flash, DC's Future State, #1. This is the cover A. I like the banner for Future State on the cover A's. So for the majority of these, if I did not pick up a specific cover B, it was because I liked the cover A better. One of the most anticipated books from DC, and DC Future State specifically. This is not a reboot. This is something that has been created specifically for the Future State storyline. This book's a little bit thicker, does have a $7.99 price point. It features Outsiders and Outsiders and Arkham Knights. Easy for me to say. This is the next Batman, #1, cover A. Gorgeous blues, pinks, fuchsias, white. kind of gives you a Batman Beyond feel, which was one of the books that ended, that ceased, deceased. Get it? Very much looking forward to this. A lot of people have been trying to spoil everyone on who the next Batman is. I've actually been able to avoid all of those spoilers, and I'm very excited for who I think it could be, and hoping that it's not, hoping that it's something completely different out of left field, and seeing where this goes, as it has a ton of writers and artists on it. They're definitely banking on this to be the next Batman. Ooh, I got 2 of those. I got 2 of those. Ooh, I got 2 of those. I got 2 of those. It's half, not God. And I did pick up a second copy of the next Batman, #1. If you'd like to see this on the ebay.com/Zack the Ripper Comics comic book store, starting at just 99-cent auction with a cover price of $7.99, please let me know in the comments below, would you like to bid on this for only 99 cents? Switching back over to Marvel Comics, here comes Nullified, right down Nullified Lane. This is from X-Men, it's number 16, it's the Nullify stamped variant. Check this out. Looks to be Storm, well, a nullified version of Storm. Absolutely gorgeous. And Jonathan Hickman has done a tremendous job on the X-Men series since that reboot. Awesome book, awesome cover, can't go wrong. Now, like fellow Zack the Ripper Comics watcher and friend of the show, the hardcore legend, WWE Hall of Famer, Mick Foley always says, Christmas is the best time of year. I cannot agree more. He and I are huge Christmas fanatics. That was the sole reason I bought this book. This is Iron Man Dr. Doom, #1, tying into the King in Black KNULL series. As you can see, Santa Claus making the cover of the book. And there's actually some cool art with Iron Man, Dr. Doom. Are they teaming up? Is this a book about the two of them fighting during the symbiote war with KNULL and the King in Black? Not real sure, so who knows? Maybe it'll turn into something pretty good. And I did pick up a second copy of that strictly for the ebay.com/Zack the Ripper Comics comic book store. And you can get this on there. This has a cover price of $3.99. The auction will be starting at just 99 cents. Webbing throughout King in Black, if you see what I did there, is Symbiote Spider-Man, Symbiote Spider-Man #3. Some awesome artwork by Greg Land. Really gorgeous cover. Love the black and white usage. The dichotomy of the two colors against like the pastel city. Very nice. Marvel Comics King in Black. Again, I've been calling it for months. You saw the initial book earlier courtesy of Stormwatch Comics in Berwyn, New Jersey, that KNULL was coming. We have talked about it. This is Guardians of the Galaxy #10. With the man himself, KNULL, on the cover, having absolutely mowed down the Guardians. Stepping out from the big two, this is IDW, always producing some fantastic books, still considered independent. This is Stephen and Owen King, again, as I talked about before, the famous Stephen King of It and The Stand. This Stephen King and his son Owen King are now writing and doing some of the art. There are some other artists for Sleeping Beauties. This is issue #5. This has been a tremendous book so far. If you're into horror, if you're into thriller, if you're into go a little bit crime drama, then you will definitely dig this book. But if you've enjoyed any of Stephen King's previous work, be it books or movies, you will very much enjoy this. Sleeping Beauty's number 5. Marvel Juggernaut, number 5. Juggernaut has been one of my favorite Marvel villains slash babyfaces, heroes ever, just based on the fact that I feel like he's really interesting, never quite got his due. The mass public doesn't even know his affiliation to Charles Xavier, which is one of the easier Juggernaut facts. Most people only know of the character from the horrible X-Men movie rendition of him before Deadpool 2 did it a little bit better. But the Juggernaut solo series has been really good. This is issue number 5 with another really cool cover. Busting through some kind of wall. It feels very late 90s, early 2000s, but in a good way. Another King in Black tie-in. I believe this is a limited series. It's Return of the Valkyries. There were a bunch of different covers. I thought this one was just the absolute coolest. You have 3, maybe 4 Valkyries just looking absolutely gorgeous. Badass on their steeds with their swords. I like that one. And I did pick up a second copy. If you'd like to see this on the eBay store, leave a comment below, starting at 99 cents. Obviously involving the King in Black, this is the ongoing Donny Cates Venom series, which has been absolutely phenomenal from start to finish so far. Obviously the Legacy issue number 197 if you're going there. But this is Venom number 32. Venom created KNULL as far as the comic books world. So of course it's going to evolve the entire King in Black as it's spun out of this. I did pick up 2 copies, so you will be seeing one. If you would like, leave a comment below. Were you interested in getting one of these for 99 cents on the Zack the Ripper Comics eBay comic book store? This next book has a price point of $7.99. Now, as I said earlier, the Marvel books that are higher priced tend to be normal sized issues. They just hype up the book itself and what it's about to kind of get that higher price range, similar to WrestleMania versus a regular wrestling pay-per-view or something of the like. However, this book was a cover price purchase only, and I only saw a digital photo of it, and I said I want that, and I want 2 copies. This is one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen. Lee Inyuk has some of the most phenomenal art. He did some amazing Punchline covers for DC Comics this past spring. This is Symbiote Spider-Man Marvel Tales, square bound. Look at this cover. It's a symbiote Spider-Man with the symbiote merging onto Spider-Man. Gorgeous. And as you can see on the back, contains some key symbiote Spider-Man moments, including Secret Wars, the first time he got the suit. And like I said, picked up 2 of these. Are you interested in one of these copies? Are you interested in seeing that on the Zack the Ripper Comics comic book store with an auction starting price of 99 cents? Let me know in the comments below. It's the Thuggish Ruggish Bone. 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 Gotta pound it. It's the Thuggish Ruggish Bone. 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 is the thuggish ruggest bone. Now, I have saved the best for last. I did a video dedicated to these covers at the very beginning of this channel back in September. It is finally time for the crossover variant Alien Marvel covers. We're going to start things off with a King in Black tie-in. Think about that for a second. King in Black, KNULL, symbiotes, and aliens? Pretty badass. This is Ulysses Grant. This is Spider-Man. No, it's not. This is Spider-Woman, number 8. The Alien Queen Aliens Movie 2 variant. You can see the Queen up top, Spider-Woman in the gimmick that Ripley was in from Aliens, well, Alien 2, whatever you want to say. I like that this is a very comic booky cover. It's not photorealistic. Of course, that is going to be awesome, but I like this one because it's not easy for me to say. If you'd like to see that on the Zack the Ripper, you know the deal. The Amazing Spider-Man number 56. The Alien crossover variant. This, to me, right away, immediate purchase. Classic Amazing Spider-Man font. Hand-drawn art. Burps. That right away is classic cover in my opinion. And guess what? You know the deal. We got to ebay.com/ZackTheRipperComics 99-cent auctions. Thor Alien crossover variant cover. Thor number 11. This is absolutely badass. As you can see, Thor and his glorious hammer have done some work on the alien. And of course, this does not need to be classified as mature content from Marvel because the blood is not red. And you know the deal. We picked up 2. Guardians of the Galaxy. Alien crossover variant cover. Now, if you're thinking, I have to sneeze. This is my copy, don't worry. If you're thinking Guardians of the Galaxy meets Aliens, what do you want to see? I'm pretty sure the cover they did is exactly what you're picturing in your little heads right now. This is the Queen Alien taking on Groot and Rocket Raccoon. Can you get cooler than that? That is awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy number 8. Is that what I said? Number 10. Number 10. Oh, and yeah, we got 2. Iron Man number 5. I am not picking up the ongoing Iron Man series as I have no interest in its writer, in its artist. However, with an Alien crossover variant cover, of course I'm going to pick this up. For one reason. As you can see, really cool cover. Iron Man battling it out with a xenomorph. But the reason I purchased, look at that alien brain. See that brain? See those brains? When have you ever seen that done on an alien? I know you'll probably pull out some Giger art. I get it, but like, that's pretty cool for a cover for Marvel. So we got 2. You know the deal. You want to see them on eBay? Leave a comment below. This next one, Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 22. This, I feel, is going to be the book 10 years from now that people are going to want. Miles Morales, in the past year alone, has become a household name. People now know him just as much as they do Peter Parker, which is phenomenal. So this is even more of a reason to get this book. Miles Morales, the future of Marvel Comics. Number 22, the Alien crossover variant cover. You see my boy down there, Miles Morales, Spider-Man himself, battling a huge xenomorph. Of course, we know Miles is a young kid, so that xenomorph's going to be bigger than he is. Awesome cover. Miles Morales is only getting bigger. There will be another movie involving him. Of course, we pick up 2. Now, this is the final book. As I said earlier, this was the cover of the week. It beating out that awesome Nullified Wolverine. This is the cover of the week, the cover of the month. I personally think this is one of the best covers since the 80s Grendel covers. But here we are. This is Venom number 32, the Alien crossover variant cover. And I don't think it gets any better than this. If you're a fan of aliens, if you're a fan of Venom, if you're a fan of just badass, look at that. That artwork is phenomenal. It's lifelike. 2 incredible monsters. This is a matchup. This is something we would draw as kids. Just phenomenal. And of course, we had to pick up... What? That's right. We got 4. Leave a comment if you would like access to this cover with a 99-cent starting auction on the ebay.com/Zach the Ripper Comics store. I want to thank all of my patrons on Patreon for supporting this channel, for everybody hitting up the Facebook, finding the Instagram, going to the Teespring store of Zach the Ripper Comics and buying up some of that amazing, awesome, cool looking merchandise. I very much appreciate it. Everything goes back into the channel, for giving a thumbs up to this video, for checking out my vast library of content, and last but not least, subscribing to this channel, as I very much appreciate it. Soon we will be launching a couple more series, and I will be getting together with Chris Wilde of Eagles News Now very shortly to film the 2nd episode of Go Away Heat. Thanks to all of you. Until next time. Welcome back, everybody, to Zach the Ripper. You got me hatching like a Fabergé egg. You got me happen. Oh, you got me. No, scratching. You got me hatching like a Fabergé egg, full of ooey gooey and a lot of stuffing. And Instagram. Give me the banana. When you're happy, you're happy. It's the thuggish ruggish bone. 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 It's the thuggish ruggish bone.